Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. So, the video I did yesterday inspired some further thought on the fire movement, at least from my perspective. And I haven't talked about this in a while. I posted the main fire video I did on my second channel, which is kind of unofficially up and running. It's kind of outtakes from this channel. Some of them are a little bit on the goofy side. So, it's basically stuff that doesn't make this channel. But uh, really, I want to discuss the three types of the fire movement: lean fire, fat fire, and barista fire. Those are the ones I'm going to discuss today. And because I delved into my dividends over the last month, I really started to reflect more after putting that last video out, because the scenarios I discussed yesterday were basically the basis for the fire movement, as in how much money do you need to retire early? And the way I define retire, not so much as just never working again, but retiring from a job that you want out of, and maybe working not so much in the conventional sense of working where you go to a corporate or office job, but really doing what you want to do and possibly making money to do what you want to do. But really, the key tenets of the fire movement is what is the base income you need per year to be able to live on. And for me, I had the realization that, like, if I get my house paid off, I can actually live very lean fire. I can live on like 18,000 a year, if that's even believable. That's like bare bones. And so I figured that, because I was talking about the JEPQ dividend, which I'm becoming a huge fan of. I'm really, really thrilled about this dividend, and I'm actually looking down here, as you can see down here at the bottom. I'm thinking about putting a lot into it, to generate up to 5,000 in dividends per year. But basically, what I came up with yesterday, what you would need to have invested in order to produce a minimum of $50,000 in dividend income with a fund like JEPQ, um, versus what I had down here. Whereas if I project my last month's dividends, if I project that out 12 months, I would be close to my lean fire target of 18,000. However, some of these do not pay. This isn't like, not all of these are monthly. So like, I mean, Verizon, JP Morgan, AT&T, these are all quarterly. So I would really not need, I mean, I can't go by this, right? Because this is, even though this is be close to 18,000, it's not quite going to be this every month. But anyway, I'm going to discuss everything as far as what lean fire, fat fire, and barista fire is. And I may also add in coast fire. So there's a good Wikipedia article on this, talking about the fire movement, which is financially independent and retiring early. It's a lifestyle movement with the goal of gaining financial independence and retiring early, as the name says. Became popular among millennials in the 2010s and has continued to gain traction with the growth of social media. And some background here, like if you have a saving rate of 10%, uh, every 9 years of work to save for 1 year of living expenses, at 25% 3 years to save for 1 year, 50% 1 year to save for 1 year. And if you can get that all the way up to 75%, which that is awesome. That's even better than what I would come up with. Then you're talking a third of a year or 4 months of work to save for a full year of living expenses. Then this breaks down the history of it and things like that. And then some criticisms. Of course, you can read that yourself. And then I wanted to go over some interesting charts I found, just doing some basic searches of it. So basically, do the math, spend less, make more, and then save smart. And then the rule of 25, how much money you need if you want to have this much money per day, per month, or per year. You need 2.5 million to produce this much. And if you only want like 50,000, then 1.25 million, or 40,000, 1 million. But it doesn't end there. I don't think you need $1 million if you need to live on 40,000 a year. So this article breaks down all of the different fire movements. So traditional fire, people prefer to maximize their savings for retirement, sometimes adjust their lifestyle, find ways to increase income, to increase investments, and looking to achieve 25 times their expenses in order to withdraw retirement income similar to their current expenses. That's really the traditional retirement, but who's got time for that, right? So the first one, lean fire, And this is where, like, I take this as like the bare bones approach. A person seeking to achieve lean fire aims to earn enough assets to cover basic expenses, which is like your basic operating budget, which I haven't done a budget video in a while, but I'll get into that soon because my 1 year as a YouTuber is coming up, and I did one when I started, so we'll get into that. Um, so individuals under this one generally live very frugal lifestyles, want to maintain these habits in retirement. By being very minimalist, there's no need to set aside a large amount. In addition, since this individual has a lower than average cost of living, it's easier to invest the money saved. That's kind of the approach I've been taking for a while. And like I said, once the house payment's gone, I'm looking at lean fire. And then this says, do they deprive themselves to lower their expenses so much? Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. Um, Honestly, when I factor in a bare bones budget, I'm factoring in like probably between 15 and $20 for food, plus my basic bills. My mortgage payment's probably half of my expenses. So if that's gone, the expenses fall in half. And like I said, I'm looking at the prospect of lean fire. Now, fat fire is if you want your full lifestyle, like if you want to, live like as high as you want to, spending as much as you're going to spend, above average cost of living. So that would include, vacations, um, probably, cruises, plane tickets, traveling wherever you want to go, um, theme park passes, going out as much as you want, things like that. That would be fat fire. So in contrast to lean fire, individuals aiming for fat fire usually plan for an above average cost of living. For example, most people are limited in the number of vacations they can take. Globetrotters at heart will most likely travel much more in retirement, and that's the fat fire. If you want a vacation and travel all the time, and for me, the base scenario is not including vacations. I'd have to probably add several more thousand to that to basically to factor in the vacations that I already take. That's not factoring in any more vacations. So, in order to have this lifestyle, the amount accumulated must be a lot fatter, right? So these people may also simply want the fat fire to feel comfortable with stock market fluctuations. And then barista fire, this is where you have enough money to live on, but you basically take a lesser job or a part-time job, which, like I say, when your house and your debts are paid off, you can certainly consider, providing you have some nest egg already to produce your basic expenses. So the barista fire is based on a portfolio to partially support yourself, then work part-time, just like I said. And the idea is you can work like as a Starbucks barista, which I looked up. The average pay for a barista in my area is 17,000 to 35,000. Now, did I dream of being a barista? Getting a dual master's degree and things like that? No. I would want more than that, but that's the idea is that, or you could Uber part time or be a Lyft driver. So the key idea is work less part time, change to a less stressful field, have some freedom, make your own schedule, or just work because you want to. So that's what that is. So really, like I said, my analysis of dividends really inspired that, and I'm pretty excited because the basic calculation I came up with, $18,000. That's about 1,500 a month. So that's like bare bones living, and I think that's very doable because I'll even do this here. Not that this may be realistic, but if you take this divided by the 0.1589, um, I think I would only need 115,000 to produce that. So I'm probably already there, or well past that. These scenarios was, 50,000, 60,000. I would add a line in here. I would cut these and then add a line in here for 20,000. So this was cell D4 divided by E2. So this is going to be D3 divided by E2, which I kind of just did here. I'm just adding 2,000 to it. So yeah, you can see the money required is a lot less. So the key idea is that retiring can come in phases with the fire movement, um, and being able to be financially independent and retire early can be a lot easier than you think. But you got to put things in perspective. You've got to consider how much you actually need, and you got to consider what is actually a need. So I hope you enjoyed that. I wanted to really just do a quick video on that. There'll be a lot more to be said on that topic in the future of this channel. After all, retirement's a key part of finance, and finance is what this channel is all about. So hope you enjoyed that. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next videos. And take care.